Hey everyone. So it's a really hot day here in New Jersey, and I had the computer on in the sun while I was doing my live, and it got too hot, and you lost me. I was talking and no one was hearing me. So I'm back. I'm going to tell you my 4 stories again. Take 2. Hopefully the second time is always better, right? And I'm going to start off with my story. So my first story that I'm going to tell you about is what brought me to Young Living. And it was 8 years ago when I was pregnant with my son. Actually, it was probably 9 years ago at this point. It's going to be 9 in November. So I was pregnant with him. And I went to my doula, who is my birth coach, and helped me all through my birth with Joe. I had a home birth with him. And I had a meeting with her, and I walked into her office, and it smelled amazing. And I was like, what is that smell? I need it. I need my house to smell like that. So she told me it was this little oil here. It's Peace and Calming. And this is a blend of oils. And guys, people ask me like, okay, that's from plants, but like what else is in it? You know, is it olive oil and I'm like, nope, it's just the plant, the extract from the plant, the essential oils from the plant. And they're like, okay, but there must be something in it to get that oil out of the plant. So like, is there a solvent? Is there alcohol? Like what else is in there? I'm like, it's just the plant. Young Living has a proprietary way of distilling their essential oils, and they only use steam. So they're able to use the steam to extract the essential oils from the plant, and then just have the oil. So there's nothing else in this bottle except the oils. There's a little bug that's making a loud noise around here. So Peace and Calming, this is the oil that I credit to bringing me to Young Living. It is so relaxing. It makes your house smell like a spa, and what new mom doesn't want to make their house smell like a spa? So that's what introduced me to Young Living. Excuse me. Then this is take 2, so I'm getting a little hoarse from all this talking. So then my son was 3 months old, and he had a really bad cough. So, we went to the pediatrician, Dr. Schlachter. Give me some shout outs. I'm sure there's some moms here that saw Dr. Schlachter. He passed, and we truly miss him. So Dr. Schlachter saw Joe, and he was 3 months old. We went to the office, and his cough was so bad that everyone in the office, saw us waiting in line to see the pediatrician, and they're like, go ahead, get to the front of the line. You don't need to wait. Your son needs to be seen. So it was a really bad cough that he had. And, Dr. Schlachter saw him, and he was like, he's little. He didn't want to put him on antibiotics just yet. Oh, there's a fly. He didn't want to put him on antibiotics just yet. So he told me to go home and monitor him, keep breastfeeding him, and if for some reason he turned blue, go rush to the hospital. So, I appreciate his advice, but that just wasn't, that didn't make me feel good. I just didn't, I needed to feel more empowered as a mom. I needed to feel like I was doing something, being helpful, and I didn't like that advice. So I went home and I called up my doula, who introduced me to Peace and Calming. And I was like, these oils, they're in the air, we're diffusing them. Any of them, can they help my son with his cough? And she was like, yeah, you can, she said, talk to Peggy Diarmond. She's a certified clinical aromatherapist, and she'll get you some advice. So Peggy told me to use Raven and frankincense. And these are 2 oils that we have in our house all the time now, no matter what. Because it helped us so much. So we would use Raven, and if you need videos on how to do this, I have them on how to dilute for safety with kids and using them. I wouldn't just put this oil straight on a child that's 3 months old. That would be too intense for their chest. It just would not feel comfortable. So we used Raven on the chest, kind of like a chest rub, and we put it, where you're familiar with chest rubs during respiratory stuff. And then we'd also use frankincense. And according to Oriental medicine, sounds strange, guys, but we were desperate, and you'll do anything for your kids, right? So according to Oriental medicine, the best way to access the lungs, these bugs are lichen, lichen, raven, and frankincense. Or they just know I'm doing a Facebook Live and they want to be popular. Because of Oriental medicine, they teach that it is through the anus that you get the quickest access to the respiratory system. So we would make little butt wipes to wipe the anus with a blend of raven and frankincense and a carrier oil that it's gentle there. So during every diaper change, we would, put a little oil on the anus there. And then we'd do it on the chest too, and we'd also have the diffuser running. And it was, I'm not going to tell you he was cured overnight. He wasn't. But within minutes, his breathing was so much easier, so much more relaxed. And it was just, it just really showed me the power of the oils. So after that, I really dove in deep. I wanted to learn more how these oils could help us. I started attending more of Peggy's classes. We used it on my daughter when she was suffering through depression, all different kinds of illnesses that we had in our family. I've got a little frog in my throat. I'm going to show you how I use Raven. So you just take a drop like that, and you can rub it, and then just get it on there. So anyway, all right. So we used it for so many reasons, and it became a point where we were like, these oils have helped us so much that I need to tell people about it. It was almost like an obligation that we needed to share. So I started teaching classes in my friends' homes, in my home. Then I started expanding. If you've seen, I teach classes at the Essex Environmental Center, the Montclair Library, the adult schools, all different places I teach classes. And it's just been very rewarding because not a day goes by that I don't get a text from someone saying that these oils have changed their lives. So it's been a fun journey. And it's what, if you've been following my news feed on Facebook, what takes me to the Young Living Farms and to really, delve into more education and getting my hands dirty with, understanding how it's done, how the practice is done, how they're able to do it sustainably and organically in a way that there are not solvents. There's no chemicals that are extracting the oils from the plants, and there's just pure plant oil. So that's my story, guys. That's why I'm here today. That's why I'm doing this Facebook Live, to really get the word out, because it really is just an amazing catalyst for health. And it's not that I would never use pharmaceuticals. I would. I really, we had, last year with Lily's autoimmune disease, we had to turn to pharmaceuticals. But essential oils have always been our plan A. My kids, I have 3 of them. They're 2, 8, and 11, and none of them has taken 1 dose of antibiotics in their lifetime so far, knock on wood. So anyway, so moving on. So those are, and then as I started learning more, probably one of my most favorite oil blends, and give me some hearts if you agree, is Thieves Oil. I can't do an essential oil class without talking about Thieves Oil. This is #1 most popular blend. This is Thieves Vitality, so it's labeled as supplemental use. You can put it in some tea and drink it. You can put it in a capsule and swallow it. We love Thieves. We use Thieves in Thieves mouthwash. So because Thieves is so popular, they make Thieves mouthwash, Thieves toothpaste, Thieves laundry soap, everything Thieves we have in our house. Hand soap you'll find in our bathroom. So Thieves is our jam. And so we use Thieves, and we like to use the Thieves mouthwash in a spray bottle, and we'll use it as a throat spray. It's a really great oil to have on hand for when you're feeling under the weather and that you need some extra support. Okay, my second story. So my first story was my story, what brought me to Young Living. My second story is our culture story. So that's, saying that Americans are 5% of the world's population, but we consume 75% of all prescription drugs. And I think that's a really telling statistic, because if we're consuming so many drugs, how come we're not healthier? We're not, because 6 out of 10, I have my statistics here. I'm a numbers person. 6 in 10 adults have chronic disease. 10% of women struggle with infertility. And 8.4%, according to the CDC, of our children have asthma. So really what drives me to share about Young Living is being able to, not to fear people into, using their products, but just to maybe empower them to ditch some things and try other things that remove that burden, take away, chemicals from the house that, we think that we need, but maybe we don't, because that thieves oil that I was telling you about actually is proven to be antibacterial. Our hand purifier is 99.99%. It's a hand sanitizer. It's 99.99% effective against whatever the term is, anti something. I don't know, I'm having a mind blank. But we're live, so I have to keep moving. But it works like all other hand sanitizers, right? Like, it's not like this is plant stuff that you're just gonna like, it's like pretending that you're like cleaning the house with cinnamon. It actually does clean your house, and it does work at keeping germs at bay. So that has been proven, and you can actually look at studies on that. Or you can message me, and I can send you information on why this is not a belief system. This is actually science-based information. Okay, so that's that. And then, so that's our culture story. The third story that I'm going to talk about is Young Living story. So Young Living story is really a message of transparency, that anyone can visit their farms, and that they're the world leader in essential oils because they've been around for so long. Oh my gosh, there's a fox. Look at this. Can you guys see it? Oh no, I don't know if you can see it. There's a fox over there. Where is he? He went away. That was so cool. Only on live. What else are we going to see over here? Okay, so Young Living story is transparency. It's seed to seal, meaning they monitor everything from the time the seed is planted to the time the bottle is sealed up. They're monitoring that. So you can go to their farms, you can get your hands dirty in their dirt, you can see how they're doing it sustainably, environmentally conscious. It's just incredible what goes on in the farms, and I really, really encourage you to go. And if you can't go to a farm, the closest one to New Jersey is in Utah. If you can't get to a farm, visit seedtoseal.com, and you can see all their farms and how the practices are done. But it's just an amazing experience. And the reason why it's so important to use an essential oil that's such a high quality is because there are so many frauds out there. And you could be using an essential oil that is, you think it says 100% pure or, therapeutic grade, and it can carry that label, but it doesn't have to be true. So essential oils are governed by the perfumery industry, and the Perfumery Act says only 5% of that essential oil has to be pure in order for it to say 100% pure. So that's really unfortunate because we are using these oils for health. We are using them on our babies. We're using them in our family, and we want to be able to have them to be reliable, dependable, and we can't do that if there's misinformation out there. So my friend, she was using tea tree oil that she was getting from a local store. I'm sure you guys have been there. It's a local store in New Jersey that a lot of us buy our organic foods from and stuff like that. And it has the same name as my son, Joe. And so he is always like, they stole my name. So this store sells a tea tree oil, and it says 100% pure on the bottle. And my friend was using this tea tree oil on her blemishes, and she said it would make her blemish go away, but it would also leave her with a burn mark. And that's really telling because most tea tree oil is adulterated with turpentine. And there's no way that you can know the difference between pure tea tree oil and adulterated turpentine tea tree oil. You can do as many tests as you want. You won't pick up on the turpentine because the molecules are so similar. So even if an essential oil company has the heart that they want to produce a tea tree oil that's pure and authentic and just from the plant, if they're buying it from a vendor and then they're going to go out and test it, they're going to see that it's a pure tea tree oil even though that it has turpentine in it. So Young Living Seed to Seal promise is that they're monitoring, they're there walking with that oil through the whole process. They're not buying from a vendor and trusting the process. They're there when the seed is planted, during the distillation, during the harvesting, during the bottling. They oversee all of that, and that's really what gives them the confidence to say our oils are pure. And that's what gives me the confidence to be able to use those oils on our family and rely on them and know that they're safe for my kids. So I could tell you more about that. I could tell you more about how to use your oils, what oils to use for. I have lots of links if you want to message me, and I can, share it with you so you are confident in what you're using. But my fourth story before I go is your story. And your story is you choosing to make that decision to get started with Young Living today, if not tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day of the sale. They have a starter kit, and it comes with a diffuser. A diffuser is necessary when you're using essential oils, and it's going to replace your candles in your home. It's going to remove that burden of all, maybe your plugins that you use, anything that you use in your house that could contribute to asthma in children. And a diffuser is just necessary, especially if you want to diffuse the peace and calming. This is what we always had in the diffuser. When they were babies, it calms them down, it helps them sleep better. It helps us sleep better too. My husband always has the diffuser on at nighttime at bed when we go to bed. So, so your story is getting started with your starter kit. It's 10% off today and tomorrow. It is a great value already, even without the discount, but it includes 12 essential oils. It's the most popular essential oils Young Living has, including the 4 that I talked about today. It has a diffuser in it. It has accessories. Everything that you need to get started with your essential oil journey is in that starter kit. So I highly recommend it. It comes, the Dewdrop diffuser is on sale, and the Lantern diffuser is on sale, those 2 starter kits. So I think the 12 oils and the Dewdrop diffuser and all the whole starter kit with it, normally $165, but for today and tomorrow, it'll be $148.50 plus tax and shipping. So it's a great value, and I hope you make this jump because it's fun, it's easy. It worked on my throat, right? I no longer have a frog in my throat, and I'd love to lock arms with you and teach you how to use it. And we have free texting classes. If you want to learn more about it, message me. I'd love to get you the information on that too. So check out my website, plusoils.com, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.